Hello all, welcome to my channel. This is Raj Tilak here. In our previous video we saw how to pull a Docker image from the public repository. In this video we will be seeing how to write a Docker file and to create a Docker image from that. Right? So without any delay we'll start quickly. So this is an empty directory that I have chosen, and I will create an empty file here. Is Dockerfile should always be in the same naming convention. The D should be uppercase, and file it should be one single word, Dockerfile, and D should be uppercase and rest of the words in lowercase. So I'll just open it with Notepad here. So even with this single line I can start building a Docker image. Docker image, as you are basically aware, it's a layer by layer approaching of building your application. Layer by layer approach of building your application. So even with this single line I can create a Docker image. So you can see the from is the instruction that I am doing, and Nginx is the argument. So it is not mandatory that the instruction should be in the uppercase. It can be lowercase as well, but to distinguish it from the arguments, usually it is recommended to put this in this form. So show you. So as you can see, the instruction should be uppercase and argument in lowercase. The instruction is not case sensitive. However, convention is for them to be uppercase to distinguish them from the arguments more easily. Right? So coming to here, let me save this file. So we'll go to the command prompt here. Okay. So I'll try to access this path. So I can see the list of files I have is only the Docker file here. So I'll try to build a Docker image, and the name of my web image will be web, and I'll just build it here. You can see an image will be getting created using the information that I have given in this Docker file, and even at the back end in the desktop, Docker desktop, you can see the web is visible now. Okay. So let me run this application. So before I run this image, let me show you an example. If I go to the web browser and if I go to localhost 8080, so it shows like nothing is configured, this site cannot be reached. So what I'll do, I will run the Docker image that I just created. I'll run it in a detached mode. So you can -d is for detached mode and -p is for the port number. So port, this 88 is the port number that is from my localhost. I am assigning it and I am mapping it to the default Nginx port, that is 80. Right? And I will be running the image, that is web. So if I run the Docker run the port 8080 and web, it has started. Now if I just refresh the localhost 8080 page, you can see it shows like the welcome Nginx. Now going further, let me create my own web page as a sample, just a sample one-liner HTML page. Open it here. Welcome world. World. Just saving this index.html file, and if I open this, it should show the same welcome world by Raj Tilak. So what I am doing this is like I am moving this index.html files to inside the Nginx, so that next time when I do a refresh on local 8080 host, on local 8080, instead of welcome to Nginx, it should show it welcome world. Okay, so let me go here, and I will before I proceed, let me stop the previous container that is running on port 8080 and just stop it, and I'll delete it as well just to make sure. So I can find and delete it. So as you can see, nothing is running on 8080 now. If I go back, if I build the Docker build, now on the same my app folder you have the Dockerfile, and I have mentioned the index here. Sorry, I forgot to edit the Dockerfile. Let me edit it now. So now initially I had from Nginx. Now what I'm doing, I'm giving the instruction as copy. So I'm giving the instruction as to copy index.html to the default HTML page in the Nginx, that is /user/share/nginx/html. So do not worry if you're not aware like how did I get this name. So this is the default HTML location in the Nginx image. You can Google, you can refer this in the Nginx website as well, and I am aware of this because I have used it multiple times, so I just know it. But if you're a fresher, you can Google it and see like this is the default path. Right? I am saving this file now, and if I build this Docker build web page now, so it will try to create a new image file. At this time it will copy this index.html file inside the Docker image, and once again I will run the Docker run detach more in port 8080. I'm assigning the same old 80 port. If you remember, I have deleted the 8080 port earlier from the Docker desktop. Now I'm assigning the 8080 port, and I'm mapping it to the 80 port, the default 80 port from the Nginx. So I'm doing it for the web image. And if I do this, voila. Now as I said earlier, in the Nginx localhost, now I should get welcome world by Rajdeep. So again, if I want to stop the image, if I go to Docker desktop, you can see it's running in 8081. Same thing, if I want, I can do it for other port as well. I can do it, run it on 8081, so that on the 8081 port as well, the same web page would be running. So you can do it for the practice purpose. Now if as you can see, like it is running. If I want to stop it, I can just do a Docker stop, and I can copy this code. You can see the status is stopped. We go back, and if I do a refresh, the site cannot be reached. So as a beginner, for everyone, I suggest you to keep practicing. The practicing more will help you in gaining more confidence, and the more hands-on you do, you will be able to come across new different scenarios, and you will be able to explain. So in this scenario, I just used as simple applications as required. I did not use any fancy application like Visual Studio Code or any other code, because I wanted to show you like simplest application. I wanted you to understand the basic working of this Docker image file. Hope this video was helpful. Have a great day.